Well, hello everybody. It's Texmo Fishing and my beloved bitter half. She's been my better half so long she's bitter about it.
Hi, Strongheart here.
And Strongheart keeps getting pestered about fishing and such, so she decided to collaborate with the expert fisherman here. As you can tell, that yes, that's me with the smallmouth bass. Um, about catfishing. Um, catfishing is something I just find a complete and total snore. I'm sorry to say. I know that there are avid cat fishermen out there and that they love to just sit on the bank, drink beer, and watch lines. I just can't do that. I've got to be, if I'm fishing, I've got to constantly be casting and reeling. To me, throwing out a bunch of lines isn't fishing, it's catching.
I haven't fished for catfish since, probably since I was a little girl.
You know, as you know, so we're going to give you the basics of what we know. Essentially, catfishing, you'll want a minimum, depending upon where you're at. If you're in the north, you can get away with 15-pound test line. If you're in the south, you need a minimum of 20-pound test line. If you're going to go with the braids, if you've got a bait caster and you can use it effectively, with a quarter-ounce weight or more, you can use that. I strongly recommend it. If you're using a spin cast, get you a Zebco, the biggest Zebco reel you can find if you're using a push button. If you're using a spinning reel, don't. That's the best thing I can say. Spinning reels are more designed for lighter application. Yes, there are some gigantic spinning reels out there that work well and do the job adequately, but do you want adequate or do you want efficient? Do you want to work harder or smarter? That's the ultimate question here.
It also depends on what you're looking for. Are you looking to fish for something to eat, just something to do, or are you looking for the monster cat?
If you're looking for the monster cat, I understand. Hey, there's some world records that have been set in the last 10 years for blue cat. I think the current world record's held by Missouri, and I think it came out of where'd it come out of? Came out of one of the lakes here in Missouri. I think may have come out of Mississippi. But you know, catfish can be done a couple of different ways. You can use cut bait, which is live bait that you've caught in a seine or a cast net or something else. Um, down in the South, Oklahoma, Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama. Some here in Missouri and Tennessee, although the water's a little bit too cold for that. If you don't want if you're a guy and you don't want the shrinkage, okay, don't go noodling. Don't noodle. That's where you use your bare hands to catch catfish. It's also a quick way to get bit by water moccasin down south. Now, for me, I usually will use anywhere, depending upon the size of catfish and where I'm at. And knowing that in Texas they have a stocking program where they stock all the city parks, ponds, and everything. If the Texas Department of Public Safety or Texas Department of Wildlife has come out and said we can stock this, they'll come out and stock it with catfish, bluegill, to give the kids something to do. I see a lot of folks my age and older go to City Lake Park in Mesquite, Texas, and go fish out there. I lived in Mesquite, Texas. I grew up in Mesquite, Texas. I fished City Lake Park the majority of my life.
It's a good place to either fish or just kick back and relax.
But you don't want to eat. You don't want to be keeping the fish out of it.
No.
It's not. It's not as nasty as it was back in the late 70s and early 80s.
Still just a catch and release.
Yeah, it's more catch and release. I don't care. I don't care how clean the water those catfish came from. And are from a Texas Parks and Wildlife, they ain't going to stay clean for very long. The lake is getting better. The improvements have been made, but still. Now, I remember at one point back in the 70s where you could wade across City Lake Park and not get below waist deep. No, it wasn't any deeper than waist deep. It's not that way now. They've done some things to keep it from getting silted in as bad, and they've done some other things, but still. If I'm going to go catch and release, or catch and keep catfish, and I live down in Texas, I'm going to Tawakoni, I'm going to Richland Chambers, I'm going to... I don't know that I'd go to Ray Hubbard or LaVaughn. I might keep them out of LaVaughn. I don't think I'd keep them out of Ray Hubbard. I'd keep them out of Cedar Creek, and I'd keep them out of any stock pond and farm tank that I could fish. Simply because you know what the water quality is like. You don't really know in a major city what the mercury levels are. You don't know what the you don't know what all the chemical levels are in the water. And it's not information that you can readily find, and when you try to find it, the local city governments try to forestall you, or they try to stall you out. So you may be waiting 6 months to a year for the chemical analysis on the water quality of the lake, and by that point, the chemical analysis has already changed again. It could be higher, it could be lower, it could be, it could just stay sideways. As far as hooks go, a 3/0 to a 6/0 circle hook will do you, depending upon the size of catfish you're fishing for. Again, your lines need to be stout. They need to be 20-pound or above if you're going for the monster cats. If you're going for the smaller catfish, a smaller hook and a smaller line weight will do you just fine. Your rod needs to be medium heavy action or heavy action, and you need at least a 4-to-1 reel gear ratio to not wear yourself out, but to wear the fish out. Your bait, if you're going for flathead or Appaloosa, even some channel cat, you can get away with the magic bait, pre-cubed ball bait that you can buy in a bag at Walmart.
Minnows work.
Minnows work.
Worms, chicken livers.
That all works. Shrimp even works. You can buy a box of frozen shrimp, I think, for $1.69 and use it if they're in the mood for shrimp.
Yeah. I think we had the best luck with chicken livers and the dough bait.
Yeah. Okay. Now, if you want to get into your blood bait, or AKA stink bait, Catfish Charlie makes a great one, but you got to understand, if you're married, guys, it takes 2 to 3 days for that smell to get out of your hands. And trust me, no woman in the world is going to let you near her with stinky hands.
Some people actually wear gloves trying to work with that stuff.
It's
bad.
There's dip bait, which is, again, a stink bait that you can buy a sponge hook with the sponge on it, or a, what else is the other one? The worm that's got all the ribs on it with the treble hook run through it.
I think they have stuff that comes in a tube now that I think about it.
Yeah,
that way you don't
Little Stinker has what they call a catalpa. 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 But the catalpa worm paste, you can squirt it in a little tube, and it's got a treble hook on it. Keeps your fingers clean. It doesn't stink. And catfish love catalpa worms. Now, catalpa worms come on a catalpa tree in the summertime, and these worms get pretty huge. If you can find them live, collect a bunch of them. Look for catalpa trees, especially if you live in Texas, East Texas especially.
Sometimes they just drop out of the trees.
Yeah, she knows. She had one fall on her, and she freaked the frack out when we were down at my grandfather's farm. But yeah, generally, you know, when I fished City Lake Park back when I was a kid, it was full of nothing but, you know, perch, bluegill, and, well, not even perch. It was just bluegill, the various the various species of sunfish, what we call shiners, which I'm not even sure what they are. They were just a silver-sided fish that was long and narrow, and catfish, and that was pretty much what we fished for when I was a kid. You know, especially in the summer when I couldn't get down to my grandfather's. But again, I'm a bass fisherman. I love to fish for bass. She just generally just kind of goes along now.
If I catch something, I'm happy. I don't
Yeah,
really have much preference. I like to fish for bass, but if I catch something else, that's fine.
She more or less make a good camera operator. God knows she makes an excellent lay. But I didn't say that. We've been married 16 years. What do you expect? Like I said, she's been my better half so long she's bitter about it. But anyway, so, you know, for Marty, Draken, who else? I'm forgetting Draken's wife. Paladin. And yeah, I know they got catfish up in the Northwest. Trust me, I know. We'll put this up on both of our channels. What's your channel?
Oh, her name was By to Death. My channel is Country Girl Strongheart.
So why don't you go over to Country Girl Strongheart? I'll try to put a link in the description, and go show her some love. As always, I'm Texmo Fishing, and pretty much I think
we've pretty much covered it. Not just a whole lot to know about catfish.
We could do a political video, but dear God, you know, who wants to do a video on queer kid stuff? She's over here shuddering. Well, you know, it's that SJW construct. Anyway, if you want to check out my other channel, link will be in the description. Link to her channel will be in her description, or in the description. Well, you know, guys, when you get married, it's what's hers is what's hers is hers, and what's yours is hers. Yeah. Anyway, we appreciate you watching. Y'all have a great day. Make it a great day. It's up to you. Thank God for my choir teacher for giving me that line. Y'all have a good one. Bye.